Right, everyone, Switch Shop here with my friends Game Guy and Goldfire Galaxy, aka Malachite. And today we're doing based on space questions. And yeah, we will see what will happen. Who will win, Malachite or even Game Guy? Since Game Guy is, okay, I wouldn't say much a nerd of space. I mean, I have no fact he loves space, but I wouldn't know anything about Malachite's interest of space or astronomy. If he shared the same passion for that, or I mean, since I never even asked it before, so uh, but space is one of my favorite topics when I was growing up. I mean, reading about space, like I mean, like when Mars and all that Mars with first pictures of Mars were discovered, being showing those ancient canals turn out to be just ancient riverbeds and all, or even Pluto. Pluto was discovered back in the early 1930s, and even until as early 2000s, the most clearest picture was very blurry ones. And I was like, okay, that was interesting. But back in 2015, when the first picture of Pluto was actually shown, I was mind blown. I mean, it really showed the most clearest photos of Pluto has ever been seen. I was It really showed admiration for space exploration, and especially that Mars, that Pluto has a giant heart. But yeah, space is very interesting, and as the late Stephen Hawking once said, humans need to colonize space in order to survive. But space, it means many things. That space is like very harmless place, but it isn't. Black holes, even though there are no black holes near Earth, like any nearby, because if there were, we wouldn't even be here anymore. But then there is one of the most dangerous um, galactic uh, natural in the space. But that would be gamma rays, gamma burst, like gamma ray burst, which is absolute one of the worst. If a one was even close to Earth and hit Earth, yeah, let's say we all be all goners because the gamma ray is deadly. I don't think even I don't think any not even the cockroaches would even survive. But there might even be just one surviving species that might even survive. I think they're called tannigrade, tannigrade, something like that. Small microscopic life forms, also known as water bears. They are the tough ones. I mean, they can survive for like 20 to 30 years in dry state. If you had just adding one small drop of water on them, they all wake up and expose them to deadly radiation. They can repair their own DNA, and it's amazing how that works. So, should we start or wait for a little bit longer? Up to you guys.
I don't know. What do you think, Malachi?
Mm, well, it has been a while since you and I have done one face to face. I mean, the last time I can remember you and I did one face to face was you when it was you and Hayden in one of these streams, and then I showed up, and shortly after I showed up, he left, and I decided to take over from where he was, and I decided to surrender because of him ditching me one time, to which you ended up winning.
Really? I don't even remember that part.
Yeah, I said I was going to stop, and all the rest of the questions went to Game Guy.
Hmm.
there was a backrooms quiz, I believe, that
Ah, okay, that would make sense.
and the one Hayden ditched me on was the movies quiz that we did before that one.
Ooh, wow. Okay,
Hey,
I
but
remember all those? Hey, remember all those times Kopu ditched Roy? Good times.
twice, like,
in the words of
I'm
Roy,
pretty sure it was thrice,
in,
actually.
in the words of Roy the Great, I do remember that.
hmm
You can't say you blame him for getting so mad. He's just like, he just wants to play with Kopu, and then Kopu's like,
Well, he
well, I
doesn't
guess I'm
want
leaving
Tommy to be
now.
tickled yet.
No, his third head woke up, actually. That's what happened, obviously.
um, I think one of the times that he did leave was because that he had to do some training, which lasted for half an hour, or after that he had to eat, which took I don't know, maybe 20 to another half an hour, like that. So, and the Kubo hasn't even been in the streams like maybe over a month or so. We
Yeah, I
hadn't even
wonder
seen Hayden.
what's going on with him. Maybe he's spending time with his lady.
Perhaps. And that and maybe work. I mean, we haven't even seen Hayden in a while. Or Stormy.
Or Polarizer, the Pop Tart
Polarize.
himself.
Yeah, well, he actually been in the stream, well, only that, maybe about a month ago or so. The twins, we hadn't
They're
even seen them
busy.
in.
I know they have jobs because they've been busy
Yeah,
lately.
yeah, they work in a factory and something like that. So, and I don't know how many hours they even worked. I even asked them. I think it was Robert Gamer or Godzilla 2000. I think I asked one of them how much they earn from this salary, and he like, I'm not sure. I don't know, but yeah, but it's just like that. There is one person that we haven't seen in a long, long time. Miss D. If you know what I mean. And I was
Anyway,
referring to, yeah, I was referring to Deanna, but should we start?
yeah.
Yeah, Deanna, Princess Squeaky.
I wonder what she had been up to. Though. I mean, I hadn't even heard anything from her. Like, yeah. I hope you guys are ready. D20 prepared.
I don't need it this time. That's a lie. Yes, I do. Where is it? There it is.
Anyways, who go first?
And I know the D20 is secret to why it's unlucky to Game Guy sometimes. He doesn't kiss it.
Too much info.
What's that?
Nothing.
No, say it again, you coward.
He said that you're kissing D20 along lines.
Hey, at least I have a girlfriend.
You
Although I
really
don't know
had to
how
go.
it's a girl, but whatever.
You
It's got
really had to
20.
go. You
It's
really had
got
to go that
20
low.
boobs, Malachite. That's enough for 10 people. I don't
No,
know
that's
how
a
that
lot.
math works. Don't ask.
No, that's enough for 20 people since it is a D20. You got it all wrong, you know.
I said it had 20 boobs. That's enough for 10. And people can have 2. Multiplication. Anyway. Yeah, you didn't think of that, did you? Sir, I know everything.
So who go first?
Game guy can.
No, you can go first. You never go first.
Oh,
Number one.
brother.
Number one. NASA spacecraft the space probe OSIRIS-REx was launched to arrive at an asteroid to take a sample and return it back to Earth. And which asteroid did it visit? A. Vestra, B. Bennu, C. Ceres, or D. 951 Gaspra?
I believe that is Bennu. Choice B.
Final? Final?
Yes.
Choice me.
Ding ding ding, Saturday B. Bennu. Number two for you, game guy. In what year was the NASA space probe OSIRIS-REx launched into space? A. 2012, B. 2015, C. 2016, or D. 2018?
Hold on. Oh, really? Okay. A final.
Wrong, exactly C. 2016. I actually heard something else about this. On this space probe, OSIRIS-REx, when it actually returned, or at least the container part, it has actually brought something else with them. It actually brought, it had quite a number of samples inside that the scientists will study, and there was even more of the samples that was on top of it outside, and and had even survived the entrance back to Earth's atmosphere. And it will provide us more information of the building blocks of how life there could have potentially, because this particular asteroid is 4.6 billion years old. Anyways, number three for you, Malachite. The exoplanet star system Tau Ceti has a number of planets, and how many planets is there in the system? A 4, B 6, C 5, or D 7?
What star system?
Tau Ceti. Is either 4, 6, 5, or 7 planets.
Um, um,
Tough one. Game guy.
Yeah.
How do you think a star system that has, let's say, more than 2 stars? How do you feel? How do you react if there's a star system that has more than 4 stars, but maybe has 7 or 8 stars?
It'd be certainly shocking. Also, I need to increase this.
uh,
Hold on,
I'll
I
go with
think
5. I'll go with 5.
You go 5. C, wrong, exactly. A, 4. I believe this is actually a star system has the 7 or 8 stars in it. But I don't know if there was any large number of planets. So, but
Um, how do you spell that star system? Because I don't believe I've heard of it.
Tau Zeti.
Yeah.
Put any.
Pop it in the private
Um,
chat.
I could have sworn it was 5.
wait, maybe maybe this has been updated since it's been a while since I made this quiz. Let's see. Yep, yep, it's 5. I just looked it up, so they can't get a point for that one. You said 5 is not 4, exactly 5. I thought there was only 4, but apparently they had detected another one there is in that system. And like I said, this quiz was made a little bit a while back, so I wasn't really sure about it, but okay.
And from the name of it, I would taking a guess that it was discovered by Chinese, considering the first part was named the Tao part.
It's possible, maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying that from the
Yeah,
sound of
it's
the name does sound Chinese.
it's possible. I think that's even part of the Greek alphabet, like alpha, beta, gamma, beta, something like that.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, number 4 for you, game guy. NASA's space probe Juno was launched to explore the gas giant planet Jupiter, and the probe had to rotate a number of turns per minute to keep the probe stable. How many turns per minute does it have to do that? A. 4, B. 5, C. 3, or D. 2?
Uh,
And I believe Juno is that like only one of the few probes that actually has solar panels in that distance. Like even one of your probes hasn't one of your 1 or 2 doesn't even have any solar panels on them, since they are like the most distant had left the solar system by that time. So that distant solar power from the sun will be much inefficient.
I'm gonna go with B.
You go with B, wrong exactly, D2. In what year was the Tau Ceti planetary system discovered? A. 2014, B. 2016, C. 2012, or D. 2017?
I will say 2017.
Wrong exactly, C. 2012. Number 6 for you game guy, hard question. When NASA was building the space probe OSIRIS-REx, how much did it cost to build the probe? A. 1.12 billion, B. 1.6 billion, C. 1.10 billion, or D. 1.19 billion?
C final.
You say C, wrong exactly, B. 1.16 billion. But that is still a lot of money though. I mean, even 1.10 billion would have been quite enough. Are you guys keeping score?
I figured we could just do it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean that. I mean, if
But
you are keeping your own scores, that's what I mean. So you at least know for who will win or the end. Anyways, number 7 for you, Malachite. During what during what year did NASA spacecraft Juno arrive to the gas giant Jupiter? A. 2016, B. 2014, C. 2015, or D. 2017?
What craft? Uh,
Juno. In what in it where in year was it first arrived to Jupiter? Was it 2016, 2014, 2015, or 2017?
2016 final.
You say 2016. Ding
Yes.
ding ding, exactly 2016. It was A. Okay, number 8 for Game Guy. In what year is the spacecraft Juno expected its mission to be finished? A. 2026, B. 2028, C. 2027, or D. 2025?
all right. B final.
Not exactly 2025. But then, I would not be surprised if NASA decides to extend its time as on this for the mission. I mean, it has happened before to many others, like the Opportunity and Spirit on Mars. They were only supposed to be for only like I think it was like a couple of months, but they lasted for years. So I wouldn't have been surprised if they would extend it, mission for at least a few years or something like that. I mean, nothing is not impossible. Number 9. How much did it cost to build a spacecraft A. 1.13 billion, B. 1.18 billion, C. 1.16 billion, or D. 1.12 billion?
Uh, Choices again.
Choices. Give me a second. 1.13 billion, 1.18 billion, 1.16 billion, or 1.12 billion.
I'll give a damn if part of its theme is an unlucky number, but I have a feeling it's lucky this time. I'm gonna say A, 1.13.
Ding ding ding, exactly A. 1.13 billion.
See, you know, 13 isn't always an unlucky number.
Mm-hmm. The same thing is if you're like in Japan, and if you're traveling from say the first floor to the fourth or the fourth floor, yeah. The only thing is most commonly now these days, elevators has buttons like one, two, three, and onwards. But in Japan, you have one, two, three, five, six, but not four, because four is a unlucky, bad luck number in Japan. Anyways, number 10 for you, game guy. The space probe Osiris-Rex returned to Earth with some material from the asteroid, and how much did it bring it back? A. 4.29 ounces. B. 6.50 ounces. C. 8.45 ounces. Or D. 9.78 ounces. Hold for hold is here in the comments. Can you let a goofy ghost join in all? Yeah, I don't mind. Anyone is welcome in here.
Really? Guess what I got?
A.
I got a fucking one. It's gonna be one of those days. Alright, Super A it is. A final.
A. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly A.
At least I got one answer right.
Yep.
Nope.
Now we wonder if Malachite is still there since he's muted.
Now he is.
Just to, oh, hold for hold is here.
Hello.
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 Are you gonna wanna play or just wanna watch?
Depends. I do not really know what the rules are.
The rules are that you will be play. We take turns. The one who playing answer questions each. So and there are four options, and the one who wins all that is total number of questions points will choose the next topic for the next Gameshow stream will be happen later on. So that's
Okay,
already
sure, I'll join.
and yeah, and now it's Malachite's turn. So that will be unless the
Yeah, he can go next since
all right,
you
Thank you.
just finished game
okay,
guy.
all right. Let's go see what question is number 11, and it's 81 questions totaled. NASA has built a new spacecraft named Orion, and in what year was Orion approved to be built? A. 2012, B. 2015, C. 2014, or D. 2016?
Okay, so we're doing space.
Yep.
That's the problem for me. Uh, I'm just gonna leave it up to RNG.
You too?
Moment. Just pull up a random number generator.
I just have a dice. That's what I
Alright.
use.
3. I'll do 3. Let's see. Here's the number.
What?
See.
C.
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
Exactly C. 2014. Got a point.
Oh damn. Thank you, RNG God.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
So
put it in
anything.
mind.
So basically, in this topic about space, it can be anything about space. Like it can be about past space rockets of development or planets or any discoveries. So anything that relates to space, like anything, can be eventually part of these questions. Some of them might be really hard to even realize, but sometimes you learn more about that things that you may not have heard before. Anyways, number 13, trick question for you, game Malachi. Did the space probe Osiris-Rex return back to Earth in 2021? Yes or no?
False. Swedish.
I heard.
From the second.
You say false? And actually, yes, it's actually false. It was actually 2023 when the probe returned. Okay, number 14 for you, game guy. How many of NASA's spacecraft Orion has been built so far? A 4, B 5, C 3, or D 6?
By the way, Halt, you only give 1 point per
Points,
answer.
but yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he was messing around a little bit.
I figure, but that 3 is throwing me off. Oh, you're just gonna give me a 10? Alright, sure. B, final.
You said B, and exactly A 4.
Yeah,
Or-
that should fit it.
Wow, okay. This guy needs to relax.
Just in case, that's just to be. Yep, only 4. Just checking him for that. Okay, Halt, you're next.
Okay.
Number 6. How much does the NASA's new manned spacecraft Orion project cost? A 22.8 billion, B 24.2 billion, C 26.3 billion, or D 21.2 billion.
I'm gonna guess B.
B wrong, exactly. C 26.3 billion.
Okay, so okay,
You don't lose points.
I know.
Yeah, but still, that's a lot of money for just wow.
Then you and now
Number
you do.
16. Number 16 for game guy. Sorry, for Malachi there. Have been a while. Had more players in this game.
You might want to
anyways,
put Halt on above Malachite. That'll help you remember easier, probably.
here we go.
There we go. That's more accurate.
Number 16. NASA has had many different programs over years. One was named Constellation Program. The program. In what year was the program started? A 2002, B 2004, C 2005, or D 2006?
Can you repeat the choices again?
Choices are 2002, 2004, 2005, and 2006 when this particular program was started. And I have to say, Constellation as the name of the program was actually not a bad choice. And I think there's our new one that's called New Frontier Program.
I believe it started in 2005.
Final?
Yes.
Wrong, exactly. B, 2004.
Oh, you're off.
Same year as Game was born. Number 17 for Game Guy. NASA's space program Constellation program was eventually shut down after some time, and in what year was the program shut down? A. 2009, B. 2011, C. 2012, or D. 2010?
Hmm. All right. Um. Can you give me more points than just one?
Not
C.
guaranteed on that
Final.
one. What?
C.
You said C. No, it's actually D. 2010.
Damn it.
Sometimes
It's
you
gonna
do
be a
have.
long day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, Hang on, I have to do this. Just mute him a little bit.
Nice.
I had to put some wrap something around my feet. Getting a little bit colder, so I had to just keep myself warm. And the cable to the to the computer was in the way, so that was a problem. Okay, Holt, you're next. Number 18, hard
Okay.
question. How much did it cost for NASA to operate the former space program Constellation program during its run? A. 214 billion. B. 230 billion. C. 225 billion. Or D. 218 billion.
I'm gonna say D, 218 billion.
No, it's actually B. 230.
Well,
I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean,
you don't win every
it's
gamble.
yeah, but you have to imagine 230 billion in a space program. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, if you won that in a lottery, you didn't have to work the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I mean, that is insane. I mean, yeah, you never imagine how many different programs they actually done. I mean, like, you didn't. I mean, like, NASA had many programs that has been shut down or never actually happened. There was
I wish
one
its
space,
shuttle programs didn't shut down. I just wish they could have made a replacement for Challenger and Columbia and continued on with it.
or make some improvements, maybe upgraded their shielding underground under it, and even
I mean,
improvements like that.
I
I
mean
mean,
the one. I mean the
I
one
know what you
shuttle.
mean.
The one shuttle that I was proud of retiring after the number of missions it did was Space Shuttle Atlantis. I was especially proud of that craft.
Oh yeah, definitely. Here's the thing. After the space shuttle program was shut down, there were actually some of them were actually given to museums, and even at that time, you could even buy one of those before the program shut down. But there was actually one of them that was also a space shuttle, but never used. Enterprise, and even Russia built its own version of the space shuttle. It was like launcher, but never even used. They only made only one of it, called Buran, but it eventually was destroyed not that long ago after the hangar collapsed during a fire or something. But and even as like even before New Horizon, the one that they visited Pluto back in 2015, there were actually one other called Pluto Express, but that never even wasn't even built. In fact, it never even left the blueprint stage. They only made blueprints, but that project was shut down even before it was even being made. Sometimes even NASA can have many ideas, many projects they want to be built. Like like in the 60s and even until like in the 80s, there were many spacecrafts or many space stations that they had in mind. Like the Skylab station that Americans used, they must actually reuse parts from a Saturn V rocket. Imagine that. I mean, NASA even used unused um, Saturn V rockets to build the first space station, and that space station was much bigger interior compared to the current one we have. It's surprising how many projects that NASA and the other space agencies had. And even, I mean, I think this China is in has also built their own space station, and it's still being built. I can say right now, Sweden never even had any plans of building its own space station. I mean, we do have a space agency, but we don't even have any rockets that can even launch into space. The only that we send up is only like weather balloons. I think we have maybe just sent up a few satellites, but that's it. Mark Stott said, "Wish I could join, but I can't. I've been getting emails on track activity on sites wherever I sign into them." Well, that's something.
Oh,
Uh,
I was talking
and
to
I
me.
just, yeah, I guess my email, I don't even use it much. The only thing I use it for is storing my ideas for future stores. That's it. I do get some junk mails, but I always delete them all the way. Okay, number 19. Trick question for you again, Malachite. Are the spacecraft Orion chemical fueled power? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, in fact, it's solar powered.
Wait a moment, I'm gonna get some socks.
But I wouldn't be, and but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised that they actually even use chemical uh, as like a backup if the solar panels won't even work. I mean, it's like a backup.
Actually, if I remember right, Swedish, the answer to that question should have been both.
Really? Oh, yeah, and it makes perfect sense.
Because while it does generate electricity through solar arrays to power the entire system, it is primarily fuel powered using liquid fuel in the engines to maneuver.
Oh, you mean like maneuver thrusters? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why it should have been both.
Yeah. Um, Question for any of you guys: How I know for a fact that maybe not you guys drink it, but do you guys drink any form of energy drinks?
Me personally, no. I do not.
Um, that's I actually learned something shocking. Um, as many people already knows that any pop soda like Coke, Pepsi, or anything like that can be bad for your teeth. But turn out energy drinks are way more damaging to teeth. They literally like almost like acid to them, like way worse than pop soda is. But it's another problem. Any energy drinks, no matter what it is, if they're Monster, Red Bull, or anything like that, it has
Nice.
another side effect. It also is dangerous to your intestines.
Ow.
I don't know how exactly. I only heard from my parents only a few days ago.
No, I just said ow
Yeah,
because I cut
it's
myself.
pretty. I mean, I only knew that.
Ooh.
I only knew that it was dangerous to some parts, but the intestines that was
Oh my
new.
god, that is ridiculously good.
Um,
1 second.
I I heard one story. It was only at a 14-year-old from Norway actually took an energy drink and she ended up in the hospital the same day. And the doctor told her, if you take one more, you will have a heart attack.
That's why I don't drink energy drinks.
I do. I had even. I mean, my mom told me that she watched this program. This was actually from in Swedish program. Um, this person drank 8 monsters in a day, and I don't say that is insane. I drink maybe just one or two, but eight. I mean, especially now that it turned out that monsters or basically any energy drinks are dangerous to your intestines. I don't know how that's even. I don't know. In fact, I don't even want to know exactly what damage it would be. But anyways,
Hello, Ratty. Welcome in. I just saw
okay,
you
number
in.
620 for Game Guide. In
Unbelieving.
what year did NASA's new moon program Artemis program started? A. 2015, B. 2016, C. 2014, or D. 2015?
This is me, right?
Mhm.
No, it's Santa Claus's. Of course, it's you.
You don't have to give me an attitude, Mister. I know everything.
Take a
Not
shot,
joking.
Bill.
Sheesh.
And
I was
who's
only
Fred?
being, I was only
Ah,
being sarcastic.
a little too sarcastic.
I don't know. I can't even tell apart who's. I can't even tell apart if someone is sarcastic or not, or
Neither
even
can
ironic.
I. Let's see. B final.
Wrong. It's actually 2017. A.
Okay. Okay.
An Artemis program is the newest. That will be the next generation of Apollo
Save.
program. Apollo 2, the Artemis 2, will actually, I think, will be launched this sometime this year, and they will actually send and the first one was actually unmanned,
Alright, Vivian, I know.
and the
Yeah, he's
second
like
Artemis
that, but anyway.
and Artemis 2 will actually be a manned probe, and it will go into Mars. They will actually go into the moon, but they won't land. They're only orbiting around the moon and back. Artemis 3 will be the one to land. Hopefully, sometimes by 2026 or 2027 or something like that. And I think we really need to build colonies on Mars and the Moon and others in our system in order to survive. Because anything is possible can happen. And for another major fact is Earth's
Okay, give me
overpopulation.
that too.
And as we all know right now, 8.1 billion. There are estimated to be like maybe it's 10 billion by next century. Anyways, number 21 for Halt. The first spacecraft within the Artemis program, named Artemis 1, was launched in what year? A. 2021, B. 2022, C. 2020, or D. 2023?
I'm gonna say A.
Wrong, actually. B. 2022.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. This. Yeah, right.
Don't die on us, buddy.
Oh, I just something stuck in my throat. Number 22 for Malachi. Sweden is hired as a contractor for the Artemis program. What are they making for the program? A. Heat shielding. B. Life support system. C. Fuel tanks structures. Or D. Power systems. I do believe in that Sweden actually was even part of the Viking space program at one part. Well, it's under construction. I think it is.
Hmm.
Um, uh, when I first saw the name Ratty, at first I was like, was that a Rudy? Like a U or A? At first I didn't see it was an A. At first I was like Rudy.
Hmm.
But I can't say the only thing I can see is the picture or the profile of Ratty looks like an anime.
I think it's a FNF mod or something.
Yeah, I mean, if I look at, even though this was only small, but it reminds me of it about of an anime character. But
What my knowledge is, I'm pretty sure it's from Friday Night, like a Friday Night Funkin' mod. I don't even play
mm,
that. I just know a few people who do.
I don't. I don't, never even heard of it before. But still, it reminds me of a bit of anime, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay, Malika, this is your question, so as you know. It,
Mm,
want me to repeat
yes.
the question or old?
Both.
Sweden is hired as a contractor for the Artemis program. And what are they making for the program? A. Heat shielding. B. Life support system. C. Fuel tank structures. Or D. Power systems.
Mm.
FNF. Is that like Five Nights at Freddy?
No, it's Friday Night Funkin', like I just said.
Ah, got it. I wasn't sure because FNF that reminds me a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy. At
That's F
least,
and
then,
AF, which I like that one. That one's fun.
I hadn't even played any of those games or even seen the movie though. And I'm not even going to play those games. I mean,
Well,
I'm not scared of that, but it's just I'm not a gamer myself. But I would definitely see the movie.
yeah,
Definite.
the movie is all right. It's for the fans.
There were actually even just before even before the movie was even released.
Swedish,
The
can you
hmm?
repeat the choices slowly this time?
it,
Not that
it,
slow.
Are
uh,
you sure?
uh,
Oh boy.
heat shielding, heat shielding, life support system, fuel tank structures, power systems. But like I said, Holt, before that movie was even released, they were actually talked about making as a trilogy,
Yeah, there was a signed contract.
including the sister location.
I did not know about that
Yeah.
one. I know they're making the second one. Like, it's in production. It'll be out like
Well,
2025 or something.
they had even. Well, I mean, they weren't actually in production yet at the moment, since they had even at the time that even they didn't release the first movie yet. As the same thing as for Detective Pikachu movie back in 2019. Just 4 months before the first movie was even released, they were already in production of the sequel. And I think I'd say that's a huge problem. Don't work on the sequel before the first movie is even being released. Because the problem is you can never know for sure if the first movie is even liked. I mean, if you're like if you're only like say halfway through with the sequel, the recording, all that, and the first movie had been released and people hated it, and that means that like, oh, people hated the first movie and we are only halfway through the production of the sequel, and that they decided to cancel that. So it's just not a good. That would have been the biggest rookie mistake in any form of the industry. Never work on the sequel before the first has been
I
released.
don't know
That would be.
why Swedish, but someone's pointing me at the fuel tank choice.
See,
Just for some, I mean, they all sound good, but for some reason, it's someone's pulling me at that one.
as a final.
Yeah, since I'm having trouble thinking of this.
Ding 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 ding. Second C.
Good lord! I mean,
Yeah. Uh,
also,
that is.
also with the question you said wrong with the Apollo mission thing or whatnot, or the constellation program. I think you had the 2 years mixed up with '04 and '05 because '04 is when George Bush, proposed the idea to it, but 2005 to '09 was, I believe, when the program was immediately in action.
Huh. Amazed
That's
by.
what got me mixed up. That's what got me mixed up.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, like I
Oh
said before,
shoot!
it had been
Me
a while
having
since I.
I've been
I
busy
mean,
working on these quizzes. I haven't been paying attention to my points.
oi. But like I said, this quiz it has been a while since I actually made it. Holt, have you seen any of the horror versions of
I
Winnie the
I
Pooh?
think I I think I have 6 at the
Um,
moment.
I don't remember. I think the only thing I remember about the horror Winnie the Pooh is that I think Eeyore died.
uh, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yeah, I can say right now they actually in the production of the third movie already.
What the hell?
hmm And they also in production of. Well, they aren't even going to release Peter Pan, Neverland, Nightmare Neverland.
Even though
But
every single one of their movies have flopped.
Um, Swedish, I do have a question for you. I'm gonna put it in the Discord.
all right, but the Peter's the horror movie of Peter Pan. It's actually not even taking place in like a Neverland. Based on the trailer they actually released, he's a serial killer that works for a circus or something, and they also are planning for a Pinocchio horror movie slash one, and they also had officially released a trailer of Bambi, the deer, as a horror
Oh yeah,
movie.
I saw the trailer.
Yeah, I was like, don't get me started on that one. I mean, there's it, only what I can tell is that why he is doing this. He was somehow been exposed to some chemical or at least some form of a waste, and that how he and for the Winnie the Pooh, turned out Winnie and his friends literally ate Eeyore in the first movie, and it's in the opening scene, or survive one very harsh winter. And it turned out Winnie actually is Christopher Robin's younger brother, and that has been transformed into this bear by a scientist, mad scientist, by injecting animal DNA. I mean, it's just. I saw the second
They
one, not the
seriously
first
have
one.
gone out of their minds ruining our childhoods. They're
Oh
just a
yeah,
bunch
all
of
the way.
freaking assholes.
Yep, and
I mean,
every single one of the movies fail, and they still make sequels and more movies.
mhm. There is even plans of the same company even wanted to make a horror movie based on Powerpuff Girls, Teletubbies, Four, and but that the problem is they are also owned by big companies and they are copyrighted, so
No,
they
but as soon
can't
as
do
that
that.
copyright runs out, they immediately go and make horror movies.
Oh yeah,
I would so love to see perhaps a $1 billion lawsuit set on them by those companies.
if they
Like what's
happen,
the
if they
next,
made.
like Courage the Cowardly Dog horror movie? Who the like what the heck? Like it's just ruining childhood for literally everyone involved for a little bit of
Halt,
money.
halt.
At least with that though, like there are episodes with freaky crap going on. So like,
Hulk, did you see? Have you seen Pop Up Girls by any chance?
I think like I remember like having like putting like they were on like I haven't watched them like on my own, but like they'll be like on like when like in my childhood when I was like watching like a cartoon like
Yeah, and
network.
since they literally was actually they made a reboot of that series and also made an anime from that. Um, but that was just weird. In the anime version, they weren't even siblings anymore, and there were in fact even plans on making the Powerpuff Girls as a live action series.
Oh God.
But
but
it's
they
but
didn't
but
do that.
Oh
yeah,
thank God.
because the whole thing was canceled eventually. I think when I saw the anime series of the Powerpuff Girls, I was like, okay, that might be interesting to see how they bring this in anime style. But it was not what they lived up to their. It didn't even live up to this. I mean, as the original is. And I hadn't even seen as the reboot. Oh, about that. In the reboot, they actually included another sister that was made by before the trio was even made. And in the original, the Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles actually made their own sister, but unfortunately, it was unstable. I mean, the original series was way better.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can believe that.
can you have you imagine this? Ed and Eddie, those three guys that lived in the neighborhood in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
That imagine that as a live action.
No, let's not think about that.
Anyway, should we continue?
Yeah.
Number 23 for the space observatory TESS was placed in Earth's orbit. Look for exoplanets in orbit around a number of stars. How many stars is it assigned to look through? A 200,000, B 140,000, C 150,000, or D 180,000. Mm. And if game guys even there. But yeah, many movies have been ruined over the years. I can say that much. The only other live actions of Disney's remakes, I only seen one of them, Aladdin. But the rest of that have been made over the years, I had not even seen at, well, if you don't count the clips from it, but not an entire full movie. Did you hear the question, game guy?
B final.
Exactly A 200,000. And as whole, many of the live actions that they've made was really crazy. I mean, there were Sword Stone was on the list that would be made, but had put on hold. Even Hunchback Notre Dame had the same thing. When I read about it, they were actually not going to make it as the original, as the very first Disney's version, but they want to be put both details from the original book from the 1800s and the from Disney's version. But it was only one that was not one of them going to be made. That is Pocahontas, due to some cultural sensitivity. But there is actually one live action I'm kind of looking forward to see, Lilo and Stitch. But I have to admit, the Stitch version of is a live action. Despite how many others in the past, he actually looked awesome. But
All right.
Beauty and Beast, I hadn't seen. But they actually included one part in the movie that was not even included in the original. In the original, we get that Belle's mom was supposed to have been in the movie, but she wasn't. In fact, she had died at some point in when Belle was young. but that was included in the new live action version. But she died of the plague. So I mean, even despite I didn't like much of that about that movie, but I'm kind of happy they include her mother in the story. But the only one part of that movie I was really disappointed at, as in the story in the original, when the last rose petal had been fallen, if no one actually had fallen in love with the beast, he would have remained as a beast, and the staff have would remained alive furnitures and all that. But in the remake, it was complete opposite. He remained as a beast, but the others they would have turned into actual objects and ceased to exist as a living. That was the only bad mistake that I really thought was just bad. And it's for Aladdin. In the original, Genie he wants to be free so he could travel the world. But the remake, he just turned into a human. In fact, they're even planning for a potential possible sequel to that one. And how did they even pull that off? I have no idea. I mean, it's just unless that he somehow magically returned back as a genie or something. I don't even know how they pulled that off, but okay. Good luck on that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways, number 24 for excuse me. Mm, man, too much drink there. Number 24 for Halt. When were NASA space observatory tests launched into Earth orbit? A. 2016, B. 2018, C. 2017, or D. 2015? Oh man.
I'm gonna go for B.
B.
Mm-hmm.
2018.
Yeah.
Dating exactly 2018.
So
Numbers 25 for getting the Malachite. How much did it cost to build a space observatory test? A. 185 million, B. 169 million, C. 200 million, or D. 148 million? Oh gosh. Is it getting hot in here or what?
I don't know, but
It's actually Malachite's question, so you know.
I know. I'm just saying that.
Hmm.
But though, even though those Disney live action they made, I have to at least admit one part. They have
What
actually
test?
made TESS. It's a space observatory. TESS is actually a like a short name. It's basically it's like three long words, but I just put as what it's how to spell because you only need the first letter in each word, like TESS. So how much did this one cost to build? 185 million, 169 million, 200, or 148 million?
Hmm. I'll go with whichever one's the highest of them.
You say the highest? Let's see. C, deleting to exactly 200 million. Okay, game guy. Good luck on this one. Okay, number 26, hard question. NASA space probe Juno broke the old space speed record when it flew through space. And how fast did the probe flew through the solar system? A, 164,663 miles per hour. B, 145,280 miles per hour. Or C, 172,632 miles per hour. Or 144,000. Or D, 144,658 miles per hour.
I'm gonna go with C.
You go with C, wrong factor A. I just thought really that was a tough one. I mean, sometimes those hard questions can be tricky, especially where it is. But okay, can you imagine a car driving 164,663 miles per hour on the street? You would even survive. I mean, if you crash in a wall or something, I think the car would have been flat as a pancake right away.
Neither would the back end of a church if it went straight inside and out the other side.
Hmm. Number 27 for halt. A hexagon, a hexagon-shaped storm was discovered on one of the gas giants in the solar system. And which one of the gas giants was it? A. Jupiter. B. Neptune. C. Uranus. Or D. Saturn.
Um, I'm gonna go with Neptune.
Wrong, exactly. C, D. Saturn.
So, like I said, you can't win the gambles all the time.
Yeah. And okay, many people when I heard the word Uranus, as they like your anus, as in like in the Futurama, the cartoon series, they actually they mentioned like in the since that series is taking place around year 3000 AD, at some point they actually renamed Uranus to Eurorectum. I mean, what's as strange as that? I mean, it's just not like they're changing Uranus because the joke name like your anus to your rectum, it's like your rectum. I mean, it's not any difference. I'm like, it must not matter changing that, but don't. That's just so weird. Anyways, number 28 for you, Malachi. The exoplanet star system Gliese 667 has a number of planets in the system. How many planets does it have? A, 5. B, 6. C, 3. Or D, 4. Oh boy. Excuse me. Mm. Mm. Oh man, too much monster there. Yep, I'm currently drinking a monster. It's like the second one I had today. Hmm.
Um, 7.
7 was not even an option.
Oh,
5, 6, 3, or 4.
again, you never know. They probably could have updated, but for this one in the choices, I'm gonna say 6.
You know what? Let me check that out. Just in case. I mean, like I said before, this quiz had um what the oh here we go. There are thought to be 7 planets, but some of them may have not even actually been. But unfortunately, some of them may only they believe it's 7 planets, but sometimes even a planet may have even they thought they discovered one. Sometimes they determine it wasn't even a planet. And I will say detecting planets that's so far away is impressive. There are like
Then
several methods.
that says six.
Yeah. Sometimes, even though they're saying that depend on what you're going for, if you're going on Google or if you're going on Wikipedia or something like that, it's sometimes it can have different versions, they can have different answer. So that yeah, it's sometimes it's very difficult to say much exactly.
Yep.
Um, Halt. Do you think Pluto should consider as a dwarf planet or an actual planet?
I think it's close enough to be considered an actual planet.
Yeah, same here. Even though they actually changed its status from a direct planet for a dwarf planet back in 2006 because of the smaller size and all, but yeah, I think it's very stupid reason for even to do that. I mean, there was a planet back in 1930 until 2006, and hey, and even the biggest asteroid, Ceres, in the asteroid belt, shortly after it was discovered, it was even classic categorized as a planet for about 50 years or so. And even sometimes that one is way smaller than the moon. That's crazy. I mean, that was over 100 years before even. Yeah, that's just crazy of how all that happens. Anyways, number 29 for Game Guy. The Gliese 666 star system has more than one sun. How many suns does this system have? A, 3, B, 2, C, 4, or D, 5?
Sorry, what was the question?
Uh, number 20 for number 29. How many Gliese 667 star system has more than one sun? How many suns does this system have? Three, two, four, or five?
I don't know. I'll say D final.
You say D. Wrong exactly. A, three, a triple star system. It's not unlike any uncommon. Number 30 for Holt. The
Mhm.
planet Gliese 667c is located within the Goldilocks zone. And what kind of planet is this Gliese 667? A. Mini Neptune. B. Super Earth. C. Ice Giant. Or D. Hot Jupiter.
I like the name Super Earth, so I'm gonna go with that one.
B. Is actually B. Super Earth. And you
Oh
know,
damn!
and all of these names, Mini Neptune, Ice Giant, Hot Jupiter, and Super Earth, they are actually official names. Super Earth is referred to a planet that's like half to almost like the double size of our own planet. And Hot Jupiter, well, is generally is being putting a planet that's very much is either it's bigger Jupiter or in the same size that's close to its own star. And Mini Neptune, Well, it's basically the same thing, just only like a smaller version of Neptune. An ice giant is actually a gas giant, but just colder. Neptune and Uranus is actually an ice giant, and the only ones that we know of that exist. I don't know if we have found any other ice giants in space, like outside our system. Anyways, number 31 for gold, malachite, and that is Goldilocks zone, also known as habitable zone. And Game Guy, do you know why it's called Goldilocks zone?
Because it's not too warm and not too cold. It's just right.
Yeah, but you know where there's a reference for?
Of course I do. Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Bingo. Number 31 for malachite. How many light years? How many light years is the exoplanet Gillies 667 located from Earth? A. 24 light years. B. 21 light years. C. 22 light years. Or D. 25 light years. Despite the planet is so close, like within 20 light years away from us, it's so close, but at the same time, it's so far.
24.
Final?
Yes.
No, that is C. 22 light years. Number 32, hard question for you, game guy. NASA held a space robotics challenge with Robonaut 5 in a Mars environment, and the first prize was certain amount of money. How much was the first prize? A. 500,000, B. 850,000, C. 1 million, or D. 990,000.
B final. I guess. I don't know.
B. No, exactly. C. 1 billion. Number 33 for Holt. How big
Okay.
is the how big is the radius of the exoplanet Gillies 581d? A. 8,709 miles. B. 8,920 miles. C. 8,240 miles. Or D. 9,750 miles.
Um, I'm gonna say D.
You say B?
D.
D?
Yeah.
Exactly A. 8,709 miles. You know what? I'll put this over here. Stay there. I don't even know more. Okay. Number 34 from Malachite. How many exoplanets is there within the star system Gillies 581? A. 5. B. 6. C. 3. Or D. 4? You know what? I just looked that up again, anyways. Just in case. Yep, it's the right answer. I thought it would be. Just in case.
Mm, I will say 4.
Just say 4. Uh, D did exactly 4. Number 35, trick question for Malik, for Game Guy. Were Artemis 1 a manned space mission? Yes or no?
Uh, yes.
Not exactly no, but unmanned.
I'm just not gonna get any points, am I?
Who knows? Maybe.
I give up at this point.
I mean, they don't even have more than halfway through yet, so I mean, it's possible.
I'm just gonna answer whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna answer whatever's the funniest
I mean,
at
so
this point.
far,
Maybe that'll
yeah,
work
even
out. I don't know.
yeah, so far, game
Hey,
Malachi has 9 and Halter just 3 points, but I mean, you can always get away from them. Or, anyways, number 36 for Holt.
okay.
In what in what year did Russia's Venera 4 discover that the atmosphere contains low percentage of nitrogen, oxygen, and water vapor? A. 1964, B. 1968, C. 1969, or D. 1967?
I'm gonna say C.
You say C,
Yeah.
and exactly D. 1967. That's one thing I just wanted to look at first, just in case if it's actually spelled that way. Nope, it was not. That's gonna be removed. No, 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 no. Damn it. There we go. Ah, that was. I thought that this particular thing had an underscore in its name, but it wasn't. I think at least it doesn't even have. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, what is it? Number 37 for Malachite. There is a high redshift galaxy that's called Sears 93316 and it's located quite a distance from Milky Way. How far is it from our galaxy? A. 32 billion light years. B. 30 billion light years. C. 35 billion light years. Or D. 34 billion light years.
Hmm.
Mm. Oh man. Let's see what you ask on Discord. Ah, that's easy to answer. Here we go.
I don't care if I get it wrong. I'm gonna say 34.
34.
Yeah.
And, wrong, exactly C. 35 billion billion for light years away. That's actually quite distant though. The thing, the strange is the universe is 13.8 billion years old, but this galaxy is located 35 billion light years away. And it's as far we had even discovered as the most distant object we had to find out is about 90 billion light years away. It doesn't make sense. If the universe is only like almost 14 billion, and how is it possible an object can be as almost more than 90 billion years light years away? Astrophysics. Makes my head hurt. Anyways, number 38 for the game guy. When was the distant galaxy Sears-93316 discovered? A 2022, B 2020, C 2021, or D 2023?
Ah, no, I'll just go with 2020.
Wrong, exactly 2022. A. Number 39 for Holt. When were the distant galaxy that's known as A2744YD4, and when was it discovered? A 2014, B 2016, C 2018, or D 2015?
I'm gonna go for B.
D
B.
2015, B,
Yeah.
wrong, exactly D 2015.
Okay, so let you just take the answer of D.
Number 40, hard question for Malachite. What was the top speed for NASA's space probe New Horizon when it was launched from Earth into space? A. 29,789 miles per hour. B. 36,372 miles per hour. C. 32,546 miles per hour. Or D. 33,874 miles per hour.
What were the first two?
29,789, 36,372.
I will say B.
B. They need exactly B. 36,372 miles per hour. That's it's quite fast, and honestly. Number 41,
Makes you,
hard
yeah, it
question.
makes you want to say, damn.
I mean, that's just. I think that was even I believe, if I remember, that even broke the old record by launch from surface into space. But in the future, when we were going to send people to Mars, they won't be sent from Mars, from Earth. They will be sent from the moon instead. It's a little bit different because of the less gravity, because they were, you know, not require as much fuel in order to launch into space, since the moon's gravity is much, much less than Earth's is, which makes perfect sense. Number 34, 41 for Game Guy. Which space observatory was it that discovered the distant galaxy A20, A2744YD4? A. Kepler, B. Gaia, C. Hubble Space Telescope, or D. Spitzer Space Telescope? He thought I even how to pronounce that name.
Well, so I was gonna go with the funniest, so why the hell not? I'm just gonna go with D final.
Wrong, exactly. C. Hubble. I don't know if that is how to even pronounce it. Spitzer. Anyways, number 42 for Holt.
Okay.
How far away is the galaxy A2744YD4 to our own galaxy Milky Way? A. 11.5 billion light years away, or B. 10.7 billion light years, C. 13.2 billion light years, or D. 12.4 billion light years?
Um, press the generate button. One. So A.
A. Exactly. C. 13.2 billion light years.
You failed me again. Random.org.
number 40, number 43 for Malachite. Hard question. The spacecraft named Helios 2 held the first speed record while travel to the sun, and was the previous top speed until Juno broke it? A. 152,000 miles per hour, B. 159,000 miles per hour, C. 157,000 miles per hour, D. 155,000 miles per hour.
choices.
152,000 miles per hour, 159,000 miles per hour, 157,000 miles per hour, 155 miles per hour.
You see 157?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with that.
Ding, 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 exactly 157,000 miles per hour. That's fast. Number 44 for Game Guy. Well, that depends if he's doing something else at the moment. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe. Until then, I will do this. Come on, let's see.
I'll go with B.
First of all, I didn't even write the question yet. But you said B. Well, to answer for the question, when was the space observatory of Helios 1 launched from Earth? 1976, 75, 1975, 1978, or 1972? And you said B.
I did say B.
Ding, exactly B. 1975.
That's what I needed to do. Answer before you even ask.
A second, I'm trying to put up this. Oh, dang it. There we go. Sometimes I'm typing too fast. That's not good. What? Did it? Devon John in the comments. Hello. I don't been a while since we saw him in his comments. I think he's one of my subscribers, if I remember right. I mean, I had so many updates over the past few years. Past few years. I'm just putting up the list of choices that the winner can choose from later as a let's see that and that. Let's see thing. I hadn't even checked on the others yet, but
Give me one moment.
there are some of the topics that I hadn't even been had checked yet. If let's see, like I said, there are some topics I haven't checked through. If I had, since this is like the 66 combat like game show stream that we had done for the past few years now, for the past year or so, and we had done a lot of topics. Then I have some of the topics that haven't been updated yet, so some of them be used several times. That one I don't know. Uh, uh, but that let's see. Don't think I got a few years. It's the universe. That's not happening since that one is going to be made. And the two ones are, yeah, there are a few that I may have been skipping out since I haven't checked if there are even been updated or not. He said, I'm trying to beat Sonic Frontier's Final Horizon in extreme difficulty. The Master King Kogo's trial harder than Impossible Quest or whatever game you think is hardest.
The Impossible Quiz is not the hardest game, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know since I actually never played the game or any of the. I am. I'm not much as much a gamer, so it makes perfect sense. Okay, put that in a private, just for now. Not posting it, so come on, really? Ah, there you go. This computer is a bit slow sometimes. Anyways, number 45 for Holt.
Okay.
Uh, when was the Space Observatory Helios 2 launched from Earth? A. 1976, B. 1977, C. 1979, or D. 1978?
I think I'm gonna go for A.
D. Exactly A. 1976.
Nice.
For Game Guy from Malachi. Number 46. When was the last contact of the Space Observatory Helios 1? A. 1988, B. 1986, C. 1989, or D. 1985?
Uh, did you say 1986 as an option?
Yep, that's B.
Then for Rory, I'm gonna say, oh, B.
Final?
That's fair to Game Guy. That is as best as I can say it. Honestly, to
Mm-hmm.
God,
Excuse me.
and that is what I'm going with.
Dating is actually B. 1986. Number 47 for Game Guy. When was the last contact with the Space Observatory Helios 2? A. 1982, B. 1984, C. 1980, or D. 1987?
Whose turn?
Yours. When was the last contact with the Space Observatory Helios 2? 1982, 84, 1980, or 1987?
I'm going with D final.
Wrong, exactly C. 1980. Number 48 for Holt. Trick question. Are there any planets in Tau Ceti system in a Goldilocks system or Goldilocks zone? Yes or no?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Is it yes or no for your as an
Yeah.
answer? Yes.
Yes.
Dating exactly yes. It is.
Nice.
Number 49, hard question for you, Malachi. There were a gamma ray burst that took place, and its name is GRB 090429b, and it took quite of a distance from our galaxy. How far away did it happen? A. 11.18 billion light years. B. 13.14 billion light years. C. 12.19 billion light years. D. 10.14 billion light years.
13. Or wherever the 13-point choice was.
For 13.14 billion light years, exactly B.
And that was
Number,
the one I went with.
yeah, let's B. 19, sorry, not 1950, but number 50 for Game Guy. It perhaps it's eating or something again.
C final.
He did read
Is
the
it?
question.
It worked last time, all right. I answered
Is
before
it?
he even asked and got a point, so maybe it'll work again.
Is it C? Um, let's go see here. Well, the question is, when were the gamma ray bursts GRB 90904 to be detected on Earth? A 2008, B 2007, C 2009, and D 2010. And you said C?
I did say C.
They didn't exactly C.
I can't believe that worked again. Uh,
Number 51 for Holt.
Yep.
The gamma ray burst GRB 090429b was detected from the star constellation, and from which constellation was it detected at? A. Cassiopeia, B. Leo, C. Draco, or C. Cygnus? Cygnus.
You know what? I'm gonna go with A again.
Wrong, exactly B. Leo.
Close enough.
Number 52 for Malachite. A background galaxy that's called UHCC, not the C, the third letter, but the last one, C1, contains a certain celestial body. And what does it contain? A. Nebula, B. Black hole, C. Quasar, or D. Pulsar?
Black hole final answer.
Wrong, exactly Quasar. C.
You're that ain't right.
Really? Are you sure?
Oh. Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? I'll just say this right now. I'll give it. And if any of you people who run StreamYard are watching, then fuck off, all of you. Because I swear
Yeah.
on my. And I swore I heard you say C.
Don't you love how StreamYard has a freaking stream limit where, like, like
Yeah. C is Quasar, which is but you said B, black hole.
But the thing is,
Uh,
I thought I heard you say C instead of Z.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can't really pronounce that the last letter, which is for me, it's what how to pronounce it. It's C or C, how you even pronounce it. So basically, this is how the galaxy is. Whoops. Put that. This is how that galaxy is. Um, that is how it's spelled.
Then it made me sound like you were saying C, the third letter, because there is one of those. I knew there was one of those galaxies, a UHC, that had a black hole.
And this is one apparently. So this is a B, black hole. So you get a point.
Or half point, since apparently you said it has a quasar in it too. And that was another
Apparently,
choice too.
wait, let me check on that.
But if that is the case, then that's a half point.
Just let me see first.
I understand
Uh,
that, but I'm just saying.
Apparently there is a quasar in as a background, but yeah. So yeah, I get a half point on that one. So sometimes I may wonder why I'm even to make such mistakes, but that's part of being a human, I guess. Number 53 for Game Guy. The distant background galaxy is located in the constellation, and in which constellation is it located in? A. Andromeda, B. Aquila, C. Canis Minor, or D. Sculptor.
Wait, were you talking to me?
No,
No,
Game Guy.
he was talking
Okay.
to. Yeah, he was talking to the game guy.
Somebody wake him up.
I'm sorry, but my air horn is out there.
Damn. Damn, just
Don't
go
mind me,
talk.
I'm just fighting the final boss right now. I have every right to be quiet.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sure you can deal with Bowser Jr. later.
Actually, that isn't the final boss. This isn't a lame Mario game. It's a better Mario game. Anyway. But he is in this. Anyway, Steve final.
You said C? Did you say C or D or B?
I said C.
C, not exactly D. Sculptor. Number 54 for Holt.
Okay.
The background galaxy UHC1 is located on quite distant from Milky Way. And how far is it located? Wait, did I even use that one yet? Nope, I didn't. Sorry, I'll just make sure. How far is it located from our galaxy? A, 10.5 billion light years away.
Hey.
Uh, B, 11.8 billion. C, 12.4 billion, or D, 13.2 billion light years.
It's A.
Well, exactly D, 13.2 billion.
Okay.
Number 55 for Malachi. How many official stellar constellation is there? A,
Can
88,
you can you
B,
repeat that
85,
question?
C,
Can you repeat
82, or D, 84.
can you repeat the question because you lagged a little? My sound lagged a little bit from hearing part of the question.
How many official stellar constellation is there? A, 88, B, 85, C, 82, or D, 84.
A4 final.
You say 84, wrong, exactly A, 88. That's a lot of those.
What were you saying?
No.
Like constellations?
Mm-hmm. Stellar constellations.
Damn.
I like it. Could not be much more back in the past, you know, I mean, in ancient past or something, but number 56 for Game Guy. There is a gas cloud that's called Himiko and is located in a stellar constellation. In which constellation is it located in? A. Andromeda, B. Cetus Elecestus, C. Draco, or D. Leo. Or Drago, or depends on how you even want to pronounce that. I mean, I'm just saying it's just, you know,
I was just gonna go with D final.
D ain't wrong, exactly B. Catus. Number 57 for Holt.
A.
The get
It's A. It's always A. It's always A.
Dude, I ain't even read the question.
Cool. I'm just saying it's A.
The gas cloud Himiko is quite big. Cross. And how many light years is it cross? A 42,000 light years. B 48,000 light years. C 55,000 light years. Or D 35,000.
A.
And you said it is A. Wrong, exactly. C 55,000 light years.
Like I said, A is always correct.
No. Number 58. Hard trick question for you, Malachi. The exoplanet Sweeps 04 is located in a constellation Drago. Yes or no?
Mm. Well, I feel this is going to take me to hell. Um,
It's A. Don't worry, I got you.
no, you don't, because you're not where I live.
Oh,
Um,
I thought you're talking about the question.
I was talking about the question.
I don't know. Okay,
For
I'm gonna
the
go.
hell of it, I'm saying yes.
No, exactly no. It's located in Sagittarius. Okay, number 59 for Game Guide. Okay, let's see, just in case I have to do something. The exoplanet Sweeps 04 has more mass than Jupiter. How many times mass does the planet have than Jupiter? A 2.5 times, B 3.8 times, C 6.7 times, or D 10.6 times.
This is me, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, D final.
Wrong, exactly B 3.8 times. Number 60 for Holt.
Okay.
Now, hard question. Excuse me. Our own galaxy, Milky Way, rotates too, and is rotating at quite of a speed. What is the speed of the galaxy while rotating itself? A. 514,745 miles per hour. B. 536,864 miles per hour. C. 689,582 miles per hour. D. 798,584 miles per hour.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do something different this time. I'm gonna guess A.
Wrong, exactly B.
This is why I don't do anything different.
Every picture of our own galaxy that we have seen in books is not even how that is not how the galaxy even look like, because we don't even know that, because we can't even see from it for since our planet is one of those arms, but we know for well we believe it is a spiral galaxy, but we can't even see because we can't even be that far away from the galaxy itself. So and even there are no even a human probe had even been sent out to space that even had even reached outside the galaxy yet. Even if it's like one or two, even if they still have power, it will take them millions, perhaps millions of years even to reach far enough to even to take an actual photo of uh, galaxy, and that will take even quite a long time before you even reach Earth. Anyways, number 61 for Malachite. The exoplanet sweeps 04's orbit around the star takes a number of days. How many days does it take to orbit its own star? A. 9.5 days. B. 6.8 days. C. 4.2 days. Or D. 5.9 days.
I'll say 9.
You say 9. Let's see, where was it? And exactly C, 4.2 days. Number 62 for Game Guide. The planet Sweeps 04 is located quite distant from Earth, and how far away is it located from Earth? A. 21,520 light years. B. 27,710 light years. C. 24,390 light years. C. 22,450 light years.
A final.
Wrong, exactly B. And this is
Alright.
actually, and this is the one of the exoplanets that's it's really much near the end of or outside galaxy. This is really much very much the end of the galaxy, and also the most distant we had ever found. I mean, I don't think we can even see other planets across the galaxy. It is, I don't think so. Number 63 for Malachite. In what year was the exoplanet Sweeps 04 discovered? A. 2004. Oh wait, no, wait. This actually holds question. But say, I will wait to this back. So, how have you guys been doing up?
Hello.
Up, okay, it's back. When in what year was the exoplanet Sweeps 04 discovered? A. 2004. B. 2007. C. 2006. 2005 or D. 2006.
I'm gonna say 2004.
And exactly D. 2006.
Like I said, it's A. It's always A.
Number 64. The exoplanet Sweeps 10 is located some distance from Earth. How many light years is it located from us? A. 22,000 light years. B. 18,000 light years. C. 21,000 light years. Or D. 20,000 light years.
22.
You said A. 22,000 light years. Ding ding ding. After
Yeah.
2. It's actually A.
See, I
Still,
told you, it's always A.
not always.
Did I stutter?
No. Anyways, number 65 for the game guy. The exoplanet Sweeps 10 has a quite short orbit time around its own star. How long is its orbit? A. 12 days. B. 9 days. C. 11 days. Or D. 10 hours.
I got another one. Okay, sure. A final.
Exactly D. 10 hours.
Yeah, sure.
Number 66. Trade question for Holt. Does sweeps Does the sweep stands for Sagittarius Window Eclipsing Extrasolar Planet Search? Yes or no?
Damn, this isn't even a multiple choice. I'm gonna say false.
Exactly, yes, it is. Sagittarius Window Eclipsing Extrasolar Planet Search it stands for. Number 67, hard question for you, Malachi.
Brother.
The exoplanet sweep stands distant between a star and is 3 times the distance. It's a 3 times the distance between Earth and the Moon. How big is the distance between Sweeps 10 and a star? A. 728,842 miles. B. 745,645 miles. C. 729,254 miles. Or D. 742,587 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
say whichever one's the most. I ain't putting myself up to that crap.
that would be B. Final.
Well, well, you heard me. You heard me.
Yep, NSB is the most. Number 68 for Game Guy. The temperature of the exoplanet sweeps 10 is quite hot. What is the temperature of the planet? A. 2850 degrees. B. 3002 degrees. C. 2900 degrees. Or D. 2590 degrees. Even though you wouldn't even survive the planet even a second.
I got 2 1s in a row. I'm not having the best day. A
Apparently not.
final.
It's B. 3002 degrees. Yeah, you don't
You
even
know what,
have
Game
it.
Guy?
That
You
the
what?
one actually gave me something.
You know what, Game Guy? You should go back to your original tactic when you had lots of correct answers in a row when you pulled the dice out of your ass.
I am using the dice. I got 2 1s in a row. Did you not hear me? You need to get your ears checked, buddy boy. Ay, ay, ay.
I have a good feeling that I'm not gonna win this one.
Well, you're like more than halfway through, so seems unlikely at the moment. Anyways, in number 69 for 69, first again, I would even usually say. Um, First, I don't even know why that is a funny joke. Honestly, I don't even know why.
Because it's a sex number.
I know there's a position for that, but just I still other than that I don't understand it. So, and honestly, I don't even want to know. Just no thanks. Number 69 for Halt.
Okay.
In what year was the exoplanet Sweeps 10 discovered? A. 2012, B. 2010, C. 2011, C or D. 2014.
Um. Wait. Did you say 2011 twice?
Yeah, but it was supposed to be actually 2014 as for D. I just said the wrong there.
Okay. Um. Anyways, A.
Wrong, exactly C. 2011.
Close enough.
20 number 70 for Malachi. In a Type A1, in a Type 1A supernova, how many are involved in orbit around each other in a Type 1A supernova? A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, or D. 5?
Repeat.
In Type 1A supernova, how many are involved in orbit around each other in a Type 1A supernova? 2, 3, 4, or 5?
I'll say C, just for Kovu's sake.
You said C, wrong, exactly A, 2.
Told ya.
And
Yeah, always A.
and and for Game
It's
Guy,
not
trick
always
question.
A. In case you haven't heard, notice it's been B, C, or D as well.
He's just joking. Don't worry about that, dude. He's just messing around. As Hayden once said, that's a lot of C's. Which were actually true. Many answers was on the C at that point. Okay, third Game Guy, trick question. Can a white dwarf star be part of a Type 1A supernova? Yes or no? This is not like a yes or no question.
Yes!
Ding ding ding, exactly yes.
Yay, I got a point!
Congrats, man.
Yay, I have 4!
Number 72 for Halt.
Okay.
The distant galaxy IOK uh, EOK-1 is located within the solar system stellar constellation, and in which constellation is the galaxy located in? A. Leo, B. Drago, C. Coma Bernices, you can pronounce that name, or D. Cassiopeia.
All right. Normally I would go for A, but I feel like since you started a lot on C, I think it might be C.
You say C, exactly C.
Let's go. I know she started a lot, so I was like, if he didn't know how to pronounce it, it probably is the correct answer.
Well, this is how it's spelled. I don't even the last part. I don't even know if I pronounce it right, but okay, I don't even. As long as I able to read it, I don't mind. Number 73, hard electric question for Malachite. Are the IOK-1 galaxy stands for three different space telescopes? Yes or no?
Okay, I gotta go get some stuff done now. So see ya.
See ya.
I'll just take his points.
Yeah, you can probably do. Well, I
He's
don't.
gonna win. Malachite's gonna win anyway. It wouldn't matter.
You never know. Well, it's just actually Malachite's question,
What
anyways.
do you mean? I totally got 6 other points. Legitimately. Legally. Somewhat.
Yeah. Holt had to go, but you had to do some stuff. So, anyways, this is your question, Malachite. Trick question. Are the IOK-1 galaxy stands for three different space telescopes? Yes or no?
For some reason, I hope it's a yes.
You say yes?
Yeah.
No, exactly no. This stands for Ie, Ota, and Kashiokawa as the observers. But it could have been cool if they added it stands for different space telescopes. Number 74, hard question for game guy. It takes quite a long time for solar system to complete the rotation around our own galaxy, Milky Way. How many years does it take to complete one rotation? A. 208 million years. B. 220 million years. C. 215 million years. Or D. 212 million years.
D final.
You say D. Wrong, exactly. B. 220 million years. It's quite a long time, actually. Okay. Number 75. When was the distant galaxy IOK-1 discovered? A. 2006, B. 2005, C. 2002, or D. 2007?
1 sec. C final.
This is actually Malachi's question.
So it
I
is.
thought I win already.
Nope. It's actually it's yours. Number 75. So when was the distant galaxy IOK-1 discovered? 2006, 2005, 2002, or 2007?
"2006."
Ding ding ding, exactly the A, 2006. Number 76, hard question for Game Guy. A Belt 370 is a galaxy cluster located quite distant from Milky Way. How far is it located from us? A, 2 billion light years, B, 6 billion light years, C, 5 billion light years, or D, 9 billion light years? Well, this is actually Game Guy's question, so you know. If you didn't know. So, how far is this galaxy located from us? 2 billion, 6 million, 5 billion, or 9 billion light years away?
Wait, what galaxy?
A Bell 370 is a galaxy cluster located distant quite distant from Milky Way. How far is it located from our galaxy? 2 billion light
Oh,
years,
I thought you were going to
6
ask
billion.
Andromeda. That I do know. But I do not know this. So, nice time. And on top of the computer, why don't you? Alright, C final.
C, dating exactly C, 5 billion light years away. Number 77. There is a galaxy that's called HCM-6A and is located in the constellation Cetus, Cetus, or even how you even pronounce that, eh? And in what year was it discovered? A, 2002, B, 2004, C, 2005, or D, 2006?
I will say 2002.
Ding ding ding, exactly C, the A, 2002. Oh, okay, okay. Number 78 for Game Guy. How many rotations has our solar system completed around the galaxy since our system formed 4.6 billion years ago? A, 28, B, 26, 21, C, 29, or D, 25? And we have to wait for him, which is not in a hurry. It's just one.
A final.
You say A, what is it? Wrong, exactly. B, 21. So yeah, It takes like 220 million years for our system to rotate around a whole galaxy. So we had like just done that. We had only done it for like 21 times in for the past 4.6 billion years. It's a quite amount of time actually. Number 79, hard question for you, Malachi. The distant galaxy HCM-6A is located quite distant from our own galaxy Milky Way. How far is it located? A. 10.4 billion light years. B. 11.5 billion light years. C. 12.8 billion light years. Or D. 11.7 billion light years.
I will say C.
You say C. Ding, ding, exactly C. Wow, you're really killing this time.
Yeah, just don't charge me with quiz murder.
Not really. Number 80, trick question for Game Guy. Are the Abell 330 galaxy cluster located in the constellation Cetus or Kestis, or how you pronounce it? Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no.
You say no. Exactly yes. Number 81, hard question, and the final one. The distant galaxy Abell 1689 has a quite number of globular clusters within it, and how many clusters is located within a Bell 1689? A 120,000, B 160,000, C 140,000, or D 150,000?
Is this to me or is this to Malachite?
All like cards.
Alright.
Repeat.
The distant galaxy Abell 1689 has a number of globular glo- globular globular clusters within it.
Globular.
Globular clusters within it, and how many clusters is located within a Bell 1689? A 120,000, B 160,000, C 140,000, or D 150,000?
I will say B final.
You say B, ding ding exactly B. And that makes the final. And wait, did you say B?
Yeah, I said B.
All right. That gives you 16 points against 11.
Although I have a feeling I have more than that since I was busy making the quizzes and I wasn't paying attention to points. But may have had more of that, but I'm not sure.
Maybe. Well, here's the one of the list of the things you can choose from. There are a few that was not even included in that list since I haven't checked most of them yet, which is like movies, Pokemon, uh, the Avatar from the movies, like the Blue Aliens, TV shows hasn't not been checked through yet, so I I can't tell. And the Pokemon, I really don't know. So they are the only ones that I. And of course, movies is also on the list that I haven't really checked at the moment. But then one on the list is the one that's have been updated or at least brand new. American Legend, Urban Legends, Sonic Archix, European Monarchs are complete new. They have even been used. Steven Universe, brand new. What else? Halo is also another one. Has-Been Hotel, Gummy Bears, Stargate, Impossible, and of course Mario. That includes anything from the games. That would be like the new one. The first we did was actually by Mario games, but um, I don't remember exactly what happened. But there were some arguments or something, so we quit halfway through that one. I wanted to try a new again, so I had a new one. But I'll let you decide which one you want to pick, since I think
Mm.
Taylor did choose Stargate for his when he did win the last time we played, so that might not perhaps not even be a good option to choose from them. But the other ones, I do know they are all updated. And if you don't know what Fallen Skies is, it's a science fiction American show. It's no longer.
Then could I actually suggest something? Since I know we haven't done this type of price in a while, would it be better for maybe a new MLP story as a price? Actually,
Yeah, why not? Which one do you want to do? Or
oh,
maybe.
uh,
I mean,
well,
I,
there
I
are
could.
lots of them. There are lots of them being made.
Yeah, but which one would you want me to make though as a prize? But I can see right now it's since I have over nearly 1,700 shippings in my email, so there's a very possibility if you choose anyone, it might even be one of them. I mean, it's possible, but it can be anyone. It can be a random one.
hmm. You know what? This story's been on my mind for some time. I'm gonna put in the chat.
Hmm. Soaring with Twilight. I I know for a fact that is not made, and I don't even
Well,
thought of even making.
that one has been on my mind for a little for some time. Besides the idea of soaring with rarity, but
Hmm.
that one was on my mind before the one with rarity idea.
I mean, I have never even thought of doing one with Twilight and Soaring before. I mean, it never crossed my mind. I mean, to be just been saying it, it's just knowing how many stories that I had been asked, and on how many stories I wanted to do, and how many stories that Fly Goddess have found, and how many stories I found. And it's easily to lose track of which one particular story. But Soren and Twilight, yeah, it's not unlike I wouldn't even consider that. I mean, I did want to sort of a Rainbow Dash at one point, and I even did Rarity with Thunderlight, the Thunderlane, which also is a Wonderbolt. So why wouldn't I even
Hmm.
Soren with Twilight? So why not? I think I can do that, no problem. I just I may have to ask Flygoddess uh, if she has already found kits for the story. She usually do that, and if she has, I just ask her to resend that email, and I will get done it perfectly. I just hope there are many pictures in that story. And otherwise, if there aren't any, there might just be just one single one. I mean,
I
it
mean,
just.
I mean, it is possible for to combine two of them to one picture.
Mm, I mean, who knows?
Or- I mean, you have done the characters side by side before, like
Yeah,
the
well,
one you
that what
did
I
with like the one you did for Malachi and Celestia this past April.
yeah that was what I'm meaning. If I only find just one picture of them together, both stand next to each other, I would use that. But if I don't find any one good one, then I just make one of Twilight and Soren standing next to each other. Because some of the pictures that I've been using that are standing next to each other, some of them aren't that could be found online. Most of them actually I made it myself. And yeah, and the reason why I haven't done much storage lately is just because like, I just haven't felt the inspiration. I mean, it has happened to me before. Sometimes I just feel lack of inspiration
Well,
or just
well, that's kind of why you have us. I mean, we give you ideas.
true. I mean, it just well, true, but also this even also the lack of inspiration, but also the lack of the interest of just motivation. You know, I mean, it's like for those big time authors like J.K. Rowling or Rowling or anything like that. Many authors have the same problem sometimes. Sometimes again they have when they're typing and suddenly one day nothing. And that might be gonna happen even for Game Guy if when he makes his story, the stories for Kubo or for you, or if he makes his own. Sometimes he can just come up with some perfect story for the part of the story, and the next day or two, nothing happens to anyone. Sometimes I just put in it. Sometimes I even have inspiration, but just putting this side, the story making to the side for do something else for ASO. Sometimes I just take a break from it. Sometimes I just lack of interest. I mean, you know this. I have making stores, uh, MLP stores, and like that for almost 10 years now. But the fact is, I have been making stores even way longer than that. I have been making stores, well, not MLP stores, but at least other that I came up with on my own. Some short stories back in, could have been what, between 14 and 15 or something like that. But they were never actually being published online or anything. They were just on papers and never just printed them out on paper. But most of them had either been thrown away or just simply destroyed. Sometimes, but back then I was really a newbie when it comes to stores. You know, if I had even if I hadn't become, if I had even been uh, noticed or seen Emerald G4 stores in the season or the Friendship Magic, you know what would happen? None of the stores that I have been done for the past almost a part of a decade now had never been happened. And that also included one thing. I would have not have met neither you, Game Guy, the twins, Kuvo, none of you guys.
Or
I mean, I
Crackass.
that's not a part. But I even if I haven't made MLP stores, but if I've done stores of something else from other series or something, or if I hadn't even done any form of stores like that, even if I did stores and but who knows? I mean, if I hadn't even had made any videos on my channel at all, I mean, people sometimes just making a channel so they can be able to see other people's channels or videos or streams that are age restricted, which I originally did for my own purpose. But about a year later after that, I actually made just one test video just to see if it was something I would like to do or if I even could do it. And, well, I started enjoying it. But it wasn't like 2015 when I started doing my phone stories. They weren't be supposed to be this long, but it happened anyways. And throughout those nearly 10 years, I had experience of several setbacks, minus those copyrights that have been happening, which completely understanding. But so few times over the nearly 10 years, I had some setbacks with some lack of interest or just lack of inspiration. And I mean, like I said, it happens to anyone. It's not like I just don't do it on purpose. Just sometimes I don't know what to say. Yeah, even if you guys came up with some good ideas to me to do, but it just happens sometimes. It just really don't feel the drive to do the stories. I mean, at the moment, sometimes I just don't really don't feel like to do it. And even as Fi got this about a week ago, she told me which stories that are supposed to be uploaded, and I did notice one name, Celestia with Silver Nightlight, not Twilight's father, which as an other official fan made character. I was like, yikes! I hadn't even done it yet. And even though that was like over a couple of months ago when I talked about this particular story, and I never did it, and I haven't even done it yet so far. I have put that story on the side for many months now, and in fact, I have put many other stories on the side for just more than even a year. I mean, can you even blame me? I have been asked so many stories, I even lost track of those. And I mean, even some cross stories or something like that. It's perfect understanding how many people ask me for the stories. And I really appreciate that people do that. And honestly, I never even imagined that. I didn't even think that anyone even would even notice my stories when I first started them. I mean, my channel back then was even not even this big amount of subscribers. I was like less than 50 subscribers at the time. I only did like a few of those, about the main six. I never even thought that they would even draw attention to much people, honestly. Maybe just maybe a handful of people or something. But instead, they did draw more and more, and eventually my subscriber count even grew more and more from 50 to nearly 9,000. It's incredible, but also insane at the same time. And I never even imagined any of this would even growing this much. I mean, if I had even done those stores in originally, or if I just did them and just quit and do something else, the chances that I would have met neither of you guys would have still happened, but maybe slim to none. I mean, it's thanks to those stores that I actually ran into my actual friend to ran into meeting Five Goddess and many other people that had. I mean, I'm really actually grateful I did decide to make those stores and continue. If I hadn't, none of this I would even been, I don't know. And the streams may not have even happened. This Gameshow streams may not have even actually happened either. Just only one small thing like that could have such impact on my life. I mean, I can't even imagine my life without Five Goddess like that. Even though the one I had before her, even though we weren't even together for that long, also I met on YouTube. But it's just that. Sometimes when I really want to do stories, and I had happened, I think it was like what, one or two times so far, that I felt burnt out, literally burnt out of how many stories been asked. I mean, I don't blame anyone for asking me stories at all. I really appreciate it. It fills me this motivation at the time also. I mean, I know at least that Game Guy, for example. How many stories had he asked me for the past nearly 10 years? Maybe just on one or two or three stories at all. You, I think maybe a handful of stories on right now, which I don't mind. But people ask me so many stories. And the time of the first burnout, sheesh, I really was just really overwhelmed of how many people ask me these stories. I really are deeply, I really deeply appreciate that. It just they show me compassion, empathy, and most of all, patience. I have told many people when I do my updates, my channel updates, something like that, they had to be patient for knowing how many stories that they've been asked. And how many of the stories for the past nearly 10 years I had even worked on, or that I've been asked, don't even ask because I don't even know the answer yet on that. It can be less than a fraction of those stories. And even of all the stories I had made, only one was taken down by YouTube. And even if any of my friends, or not if YouTube or even someone else, asked me to remake it, well, that is a big problem with that. I don't even know which story it was. It was not the one on the main six. That's concerned with. But I mean, I can't even tell exactly which. If even if you guys ask me if I have done a story, one particular story, I'm like, like I don't know, because I had made nearly. I mean, I had done some almost like what 715, almost 720 stores, plus those that hasn't been uploaded yet. I mean, I lost track of how many which stores have been remade. I mean, if there was like just 20 stores, I could probably easily remember, but it was almost more past 700. Well, I mean, it's even though my memory sometimes is good, but sometimes it's bad. Maybe not bad as a game, guys, but not no offense, dude. It's just it is easily to forget which stores that you have been made. And sometimes I had to go through my flash drive to and check in with YouTube, especially my channel, just to see which of the stores on the flash drive has been uploaded yet or not. So I don't upload them twice. Because and also flash drive have a limit space to be used. I just always have to do that also. But for stores, yeah, that's definitely gonna work. And and Fire Goddess actually plays a major role in this. She is like my secretary, kind of, but she's also the one that she makes one of the final decision if I should do the story or not. I mean, I always ask her for her opinion, which is a good thing because if I don't, if I put the story up and people like immediately would hate it. If that's another thing. And despite just one, especially when I made the Apple Blue Mystic Horror, that's where people probably I was expecting people to react. That is absolutely wrong. I mean, in the beginning of the story, Apple Bloom is still young, and people assume that was wrong. I was prepared to delete that story right away if they were starting to getting some negative or rude comments about it. But I didn't have to worry. Same thing when I made for Peeps Week and Luna. That was the same thing. I'm always prepared for any stories that if I had to remove them from my channel and maybe remake them or something. I always do that. And if there was something about your stories that you've been asked me and they have been on my channel for a while, and I had to maybe make a part two or something, sometimes I have to even ask if I could do a part two for one story. But sometimes I don't even do that. And the same thing if anyone asks me, at least that has happened only a few times. Someone did ask me if I could that story but in different language. And so far it's only made like what? Discord Luna and in French. One of us in I think Sunburst and Sunset Shimmer, I think it was. Or no wait, actually Sunburst and Starlight. I think that was in Spanish. And since I really don't speak the language, I would have to use Google Translate for that. And I really don't want to use, too bad using that language translate for often. And even if it has someone asked me to do like a Russian or maybe Chinese or Japanese text, I would probably say no to that. I mean, since majority of my viewers is actually from the US, and how many of my viewers may even can read Japanese or Chinese or even Russian alphabet. I don't really know. I'm actually just, you know, just pointing that out. Making the stores, well, I will continue to make stores. It just sometimes I feel just lack of interest or just like inspiration. Happens to anyone. It's not not a big mystery. But it's thanks to all my friends and Flag artists. Sometimes I just need to back off from making stories for a while or two. Just and sometimes when I my example, if my flash drive is full of stories, I don't even have to worry. I mean, I only upload one story per week, so that makes it gives me time to think that. And sometimes when if I run low on storage on the flash drive, well, I make some new ones. But usually I just do an audio story, so to save up time, because other stories can take time, and audio some just makes sometimes it easier. And people was maybe worried at one point that that's going to be replacing all the stores, which is not happening. I do both. Sometimes I just do audio, just for a quicker, to just make a quick story to save time, or I just don't really feel up to do the text and music. Well, depending on what type of story it is, it's just that. But with Sora and Twilight, that was definitely with text and music.
And you know me, that's my favorite form of your stories.
And I can say right now, I wouldn't be. I actually Soren and Twilight Story with pictures. I mean, it without a doubt is multiple. I think there are tons of pictures of them together. So I don't think that will be much of an issue. I probably can find plenty of those pictures, and for the length of the story, sometimes even when I make the stories, I don't usually decide right away how long it will be. Sometimes it just comes to be for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes when I only maybe just put randomly maybe 20 to 25 minutes, sometimes they end up being a bit longer, maybe a couple of minutes, maybe it's almost 30 minutes. Though the one that they made for Rarity Trixie Love Story, a Quest of Girls version for nearly 2.5 hours. Okay, that one, it wasn't even planned for 2 hours, for that long as an audio at all. It was just, it just, sometimes when I'm making it as an audio, it sometimes just gives me, while we're recording, it just gives me more inspiration than she gives me more ideas what I want to add in the story. And I do. And the one I had for Celestia and Verity, no, wait, no, it was, no, wait, it was Celestia Trixie's story. That was also an audio. That one, I can tell you, part of the story actually came to be is an actual dream when I was asleep. No joke, that literally happened. And I'm glad I remember most of that part and I wrote it down and recording it. And I'm just happy to be able to do this. I think story making is one of my true callings. Well, it's my not like I say like a hobby or anything. I think it's more like something I really want to do. I mean, I can perhaps just start maybe thinking of making earning money from it. But yeah, but the moment I don't know though. Just saying. But it's actually will be surprising. I think it's probably best time to start ending the stream here, nearly 3 hours. um, well, yeah. Well, people, it has been a lot of fun, and having Holt here for first time, I think it is. And yeah, it's like it's a lot of A's, but it's always A. And I suppose the hidden one said that's a lot of C's. But you know what? I do this. I will put that. There we go. So, but yeah. Story of the Twilight. I just don't know exactly when the story will be made. Soonly, maybe it is sometime soon. I hope. So, since I'm starting to slowly working on the Christmas stores, the one I've been working on right now is apple bloom with cotton wood. Cotton wood. I don't even remember exactly who that was for. So, but luckily though, I have a list for the people. So, but yeah. And until next stream would be next week. Next week. Yep. The 22nd. So yeah. So everyone, this is Switch Down Below signing off. Bye.
Goodbye from our solar system.
Goodbye.